Hello friends and fellow gamers, it's MKxJUMP here, and in today's video we're checking out the brand new Heroic Summons event for Idle Heroes, and we have a brand new hero called Waldeck, who I'm hoping is going to be exceptionally good for the Abyss faction. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts about him today, as well as my breakdown of the event and whether you guys should part with your hard-earned cash or not, and also what's in store for you free-to-play players. But before we get into all of that, guys, I'd love to give a shout out to the merch! Buy the t-shirts! The apple juice merch is still available at MKxJUMP.com. So please, if you're tempted to support the channel, you can do so by buying this merch. And if supporting the channel through buying the merch wasn't enough, you can also support the channel by backing me on Patreon. We've got some brand new pledges this week, so a shout out to Boss Cheeseburger. If you want to be like those guys and help produce the content I make here by supporting a little bit of money my way every month, why not consider backing me on Patreon by using the link over here in the top corner of the screen. Sorry, I had to think then because my camera's flipped. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, pretty standard, and as expected, every day for logging in, we're going to get 3 Heroic Summon Scrolls on our account. This is really normal for a Heroic Summons event, and we'll give you 21 Scrolls throughout the week for free that you can use to get some nice rewards from the event. So if we go and take a look at the event, let's first look at our summon prizes. So for doing 50 summons, you're going to get your usual Prophet Orbs and Scrolls. The same for 100. Going to 200 is going to give you Prophet Orbs, Scrolls, and a copy of Rosa. 300 will give you more Prophet Orbs, but no Scrolls this time. You'll get a Soul Symbol, which can be used to regress or replace heroes. Very handy for people that have got heroes they need to get rid of because they're not as good as they thought they were going to be, or maybe you've gone and built way too wide and have far too many E2s. In addition, a Core of Transcendence will be given to anyone who does 300 summons as well. For 400 summons, you're going to get a copy of the brand new hero Waldeck, and for 500, you're going to get another Core of Transcendence along with 15 Glorious Relics. Pretty sweet. You can do this up to 4 times, which is a total of 2,000 Heroic Summon Scrolls used, and doing all of that should give you enough Waldeck copies to have 8 if you get unlucky, but potentially, with the pity timer down here, you could even get 9, because every time you do 500 summons, you're bound to get a copy of the new hero, a 100% chance, but his odds of coming also increases as you go on and on and on, and this resets every time you get a copy. So the more times you get a copy early, the more likely you are to get all the copies you need to get yourself an E5 Waldeck. As well this week, as usual, we have the Palace of Eternity, which allows you to swap any of the heroes you see here for a copy of Waldeck. So perhaps those Gloria copies you picked up a couple months ago aren't really doing the work you'd like, and you could swap them in for a Waldeck so that you can have a really nice hero in the Abyss faction. This could be pretty handy, actually, because from what I've seen of Waldeck, he looks like a hero that could potentially do Abyss Seal Land. So I'm very excited to see what other content creators, or maybe even myself, can do when we get our hands on E5 Waldecks. So guys, that's something to look forward to. But yeah, so if you have any of these heroes lying around, you could swap them using the Palace Crystals to get a copy of Waldeck, but that's going to cost you 10 Eternity Crystals, or whatever they're called. However, where'd you get them from? Well, you get them from the Palace of Crystal. Every time you do 400 summons, you're going to get 5 Eternal Crystals, so 800 gets you another 5, 1200 gets you another 5, etc, etc, etc. However, there are ways to get even more, but it requires you to buy a Palace Key. So if we go to the value packages, you'll see the $100 package is giving you a Palace Key. This as well gives you 150 Heroic Summon Scrolls and 5,000 gems, and if you don't want to spend that much, it does scale down depending on what you're willing to part with when it comes to your cash. However, that Palace Key is going to be pretty good if you plan on using Scrolls, because it means you can get an additional 15 of these Eternal Crystals every time you do 400 summons, which is pretty sweet. However, once you've unlocked this one, you have to buy another key to unlock the second one, so be warned, it can get very expensive very quickly. Every time you do manage to get a copy of Waldeck this week, you will get 3-star armor, so that's sweet. And also, guys, you can go ahead to the altar this week, and you can pick up a copy of Fiona and a copy of Gloria for 6,000 altar stones each. I much prefer Fiona of the two of them, so if you were going to grab one, I definitely recommend Fiona. Gloria is less impressive and has failed to really do much in the Idle Heroes meta. And finally, Greydor's Blessing is here for the next 2 weeks, so if you want to go upgrade your 5-star armor to 6-star, your 6-star armor to class-specific, or even go so far as to take your class-specific armor into the fancy resonance suits, that you can do, but be warned, it costs a lot of gold and a lot of gems depending on what you're going for, so it could be very expensive. And there's some good things this event that you could spend your gems on, which we will check out a little later on. But of course, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to do your Sky Labyrinth. You have less than 24 hours remaining to go ahead and do it, so that's something important too. As well, if you want to see us do some heroic summons, why not join us on twitch.tv/MKxJUMP the day that this video is released. This night at, I believe it's going to be 8 p.m. GMT, so that's 9 o'clock for people in Britain, that's 10 o'clock for people in Europe, generally, depending on your time zone in Europe, and as well as lunchtime for folks in America, you can come and watch me open a ton of scrolls for the community with the 100 Summons Challenge, and there is still a chance that you can sign up for that on Discord. As well, we're doing a little bonus opening, the brand new Yu-Gi-Oh set that's come out called King's Core. I've bought 3 boxes of, and it contains some very, very rare cards, so we're also going to see if we can pull any of those and make a profit on my purchase. So if you want to see some card openings too, why not join us at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. Anyway, folks, the big thing for this week's event is not the heroic summons, it's not the brand new hero, it's the Summer Voyage. This is an opportunity for free-to-play players and spenders to get something really, really nice. So if you don't want to spend anything at all this event, for 500 gems, every single day, you can buy 5 heroic summon scrolls. So that's really good value. That's 100 gems a scroll. Real cheap. And that's for every day this week. However, if you purchase this fancy coconut water up here, you can purchase an additional 15 scrolls at no extra price. So it could potentially be 20 scrolls for 500 gems. Really nice. As we move on to the Seaside Joy, this is the one that excites me even more. You can get a Core of Transcendence every day for 1,000 gems as well. And that's cheaper than the usual 1,500 that's available in the marketplace. And also, this is available to people that haven't unlocked the Void. So even if the Void isn't unlocked and you don't know what these Cores of Transcendence do, this is definitely worth it. Pick them up. It's really good value, and these Cores of Transcendence will give you so much good stuff. They either give you a 5-star hero or they give you stellar shards, basically, from a transcending sphere. So these are just fantastic. Definitely worth purchasing. I would buy these in a heartbeat, guys. This is definitely what you want to be getting. Even on the VIP series, which doesn't have an E5 hero yet, I am getting this. And if you go ahead and buy the Ice Bowl here, you get an additional 3 Cores of Transcendence with every purchase. So this is potentially 28 Cores of Transcendence you can pick up this week for 1,000 gems a day. Beautiful. If that doesn't excite you enough, those of you that plan on spending, you get rewards for VIP XP that you can accumulate this event. If you get to 500, you get yourself an Elite 5-star Dark Hero Shard, as well as some Heroic Summon Scrolls. If you get to 1,500 VIP points, you're going to get a Light Elite Hero, as well as the Little Red Riding Hood skin for carry, which is okay. It offers HP, attack, and damage reduction, so it's a really nice PvE skin for a carry. If you want to spend as much as $50, which is 2,500 VIP points, you get 30 Glorious Relics, as well as a 5-star Hero Selection Chest. And it's probably worth mentioning, this includes Gloria and Waldeck, which is real nice. Waldeck being in here is super cool, so I'm a big fan of this. If you wanted to get your hands on Waldeck copies, this is one way that you can do it without spending Heroic Summon Scrolls. If you spend 5,000 VIP points worth of money, which is $100, you get 40 Glorious Relics, as well as all the other stuff, and a Light and Dark Hero Selection Chest, which includes Andrea. That's quite nice that Andrea's in there, but generally I'm still attracted to the Dark Heroes like Carrie, Amon-Ra, and Drake because they are pretty strong. And finally, if you want to just keep on going, it gets wild. You can get mysterious artifact selection chests here if you get to 7,500, as well as some glorious relics there too. For 12,500, you're going to get a 10-star forest puppet and more glorious relics, and 20,000, which is $400, is going to get you another artifact chest and another 150 glorious relics. So this is quite nice for people that wanted to spend. And guys, if you take a look at these mysterious artifact selection chests, they contain the fabled Snowheart, an artifact which has been really hard for people to get their hands on. So if you were interested in PvP, this is a really nice energy artifact that you can use. It gives control immunity, HP, energy, and as well, if you can make it upgraded into glittery or higher, it reduces the speed of opponents, which is really powerful in PvP. Now, I know some of you aren't big fans of PvP anymore since they removed Crystal Crown League, but do bear in mind this is still a pretty solid artifact, and these chests, if you don't want Snowheart, also offer all of your favorites like Demon Bell, Punisher of Immortal, Magic Stone Sword. There's plenty of good stuff that you can pick here. And I'm very tempted. I think on the VIP series, I'm going to go for the 7,500, but I do think it's a little bit too much money to go all the way to the 20,000, so forget that, but we will spend enough to get to the 7,500, because that's only, I say, only $150. And the reason I say only is because there's a few tricks we're going to use which is going to work in our favor, which I can show you right now. First of all, these packages that you see before you are incredibly good value. I will just say that straight out. For 20 bucks, you get 5,000 gems, 40 heroic summon scrolls, 6-star orange equipment, and also coconut water, which allows you to get an additional, I think it's 105 heroic scrolls this week. So in theory, if you were going to buy all of this anyway, for $20, you're getting 145 heroic scrolls and 5,000 gems. That is crazy value for 20 bucks. Sliding across, we have the 50 bucks package, which I'm really surprised by the fact that it contains the Void Resource Selection Chest. This is normally only available in a monthly package, which costs $70. Well, here we have it now, and it is a great way for people to get their hands on Starspawn cores, and these are really, really important for upgrading your star spawns, and very, very hard to get because the only way you can pick them up is by spending money. So guys, it's great that they're available here. In addition, 10,000 gems. Madness. 100 scrolls. Brilliant. And you're also going to be getting the Shaved Ice Punch Bowl over here, which is going to allow you to get 21 additional Cores of Transcendence this week. And bear in mind, 20 Cores of Transcendence would normally just set you back $100 anyway. So you're getting $100 worth of cores, you're getting $70 worth of a Void Research box, as well as 10,000 gems and 100 heroic summon scrolls, all for 50 bucks. I'm not one to normally say that, oh my god, you have to buy this, but there are genuinely free-to-play players in my Twitch stream when I was showing this for the first time that were saying, dang, if I spent money, I would buy that $50 package, because it is incredible value when you compare it to the other stuff that's available for purchase in this game. So yeah, impressive stuff, DH Games. You're giving some really, really tempting rewards if we part with our cash, and I'm very tempted to part with my cash, because at the end of the day, you're not only getting these incredible value packages, you're also getting rewards for spending this week, full stop. So this is going to get you, if you buy both of these packages, 3,500 VIP points, which is going to take you to at least this middle chest. So you're also getting a 5-star hero selection chest in here, as well as all the relics. You've got a carry skin, and you're getting light and dark heroes. That's really nice considering all the other stuff we're getting on top of that. But if you guys didn't know, you can stack privilege cards and senior privilege cards, and every time you buy both of these, that's 1,000 VIP points. So if you plan on playing this game for the foreseeable future, you can buy out all the cards you wanted for the next few months, and that's just going to give you loads and loads and loads of VIP points. As well, you get VIP points if you go ahead and purchase the monthly carnival card. In addition, another thing that I haven't bought on this account is the Diamond Fund. So on our VIP series, that's another 500 VIP points that I can pick up here. So it is feasibly very easy to spend money I was going to spend anyway to get ourselves a mysterious artifact selection chest for 7,500 VIP points. And if you were feeling so crazy, you could buy all of your monthly cards for the next year and go ahead and buy this mysterious artifact selection chest over here. Now that might seem a little excessive because there will be VIP events in the future, and there'll probably be better things you can pick up. So maybe just spend and take yourself to 7,500 and leave the 12,500 and the 20,000 stuff just for the whales. But in general, this is some really nice stuff you can pick up. Additional rewards for spending is really nice. Having incredibly good value packages here is, again, fantastic. And I know it sounds like I'm promoting DH Games and telling you to buy this stuff. I'm not. I'm just reviewing this event. DH Games in no way contribute towards the content I make here. They do not support me in any way, so just bear that in mind. This is not a sponsored video. I'm just very, very impressed by how much value for money you can get from these chests. So yeah, nice job, DH Games. I'm impressed. Now, let's go talk about the elephant in the room. Waldeck. This hero here is impressive. I'm disappointed he's a ranger, and I'm disappointed with the animation here because, let's be honest, that animation is a little too gruesome for any animal rights friends over here. So it's a little bit garish, but you know what? Fair enough. People are going to dislike it. People are going to like it. It is what it is. Anyway, let's look at his skills. He gets added bonuses to HP, attack, precision, crit, and control immunity. And actually, you know what? Let's bring up his imprinted form. So I'm actually going to go across to my main account where I've unlocked the Void, because here I'll be able to show you what he gets from having imprints in his version. So again, let's go and bring up our boy Waldeck and see what he's got. So let's start off with the passive. Scarlet Wings. Extra HP, extra attack, extra precision, crit, and control immunity. Crit and control immunity are fantastic on a hero that's here to deal damage, and also, in general, not getting CC'd is pretty good. So I like this. Precision also increases damage dealt. That attack stat is nice, plus 40% is good. However, do bear in mind, 26,000 isn't massive for a hero, especially not when you compare it to all these other heroes we have. Like, there's a lot of heroes that can stretch into the 30,000s, so it's not the highest attack stat we've ever seen, so don't go crazy about this. He's not going to be doing tons and tons and tons of damage, but it's still a lot of damage, especially when you look at the rest of his abilities. Take a look here. Each basic attack is going to bleed 3 random enemies for 400% of attack damage. Okay, that's pretty good. Bleeding is nice, but I don't think bleeding crits. It is just a passive damage over time, so it's not fantastic. However, this bleeding will synergize with his active skill, which gives the ability Blood Frenzy to your allies. And Blood Frenzy basically means whenever your heroes are attacked by someone who is affected by bleed, they're going to allow your hero to increase their attack and also recover 20% of their lost HP. Now, Blood Frenzy itself is not stackable, but I imagine if you're getting hit by a lot of bleeding heroes, that's a lot of attack bonuses, and that's a lot of recovered HP. However, not stackable could mean that the HP healing and the attack isn't stackable, but I doubt that very much. I'm imagining that Blood Frenzy is going to allow your heroes to get lots and lots of bonuses. Now, bear in mind, in PvP, you are asking for Forkis to swing in here and punish you, so you could see an increase of Forkises in play if Waldeck is increased in play, but a lot of you probably don't care about how this guy performs in PvP. Anyway, the rest of his active skill is going to deal 1,000 damage to a single target, which isn't that impressive, and then he's also going to heal based on the amount of damage he did, and that's nice. And also he's going to do extra damage equal to 30% of the target's max HP, which caps at 1,500% of his own attack, which is normal because you don't want to start doing crazy amounts of damage to guild bosses because that would be wild. So there is an attack cap here, which is perfectly normal, and a lot of skills that do damage based on max HP have that caveat. In fact, all of them do. So it's just important to stop things getting out of control. In addition, after that, he's going to bleed all enemies for 800% of attack damage. So all enemies are going to bleed for 3 rounds. So all enemies are just instantly bleeding, which means all enemies are then going to trigger Blood Frenzy. Really nice synergy with himself there, really powerful ability. And yeah, that's a lot of damage to be dealing through damage over time. Really nice. Not quite as much as Ithaca is capable of doing, but it's still a good damage over time. And in addition, he can heal, so that's nice. Now, I know Barry said when he was first looking at this that this is going to, like, remove Ithaca from the meta. I strongly disagree. He's not going to do more damage than Ithaca. There's no way he's doing more damage than Ithaca. The big thing with him, though, is he deals damage to multiple heroes, so he has more use when there's larger amounts of enemies. Ithaca can only really damage 2 people, one with a ghost mark and the one she's hitting with her attack, whereas this guy can deal multiple enemies by this damage over time. Now, this damage over time, again, is not massive. It's not huge. It's not shocking. It's nowhere near what Ithaca can do. So obviously, this is not going to replace Dilithium Cheese. Like, it's not going to be the new thing. Ithaca is still going to be the queen of damage. However, this guy is just another hero that has similar-ish abilities with the ability to heal, which is nice. And the important thing here is that he deals damage and he heals, and he hits multiple enemies. What does that sound like a good hero for? Seal Land. Thank goodness we finally have a hero that sounds to me like he's going to be a very powerful first E5 for the Abyss faction, and thank goodness I no longer have to recommend Dilithium as a good first E5. Also, his typing is great. He is a ranger. This means for a lot of early players, there is finally a new path you can take. I often recommend going with Ithaca and then going with Tix so that you're focusing in on Shadow, but obviously with the glory stuff that often rewards you for building heroes in different factions by the way of these trees, that often doesn't seem like a very optimal decision. However, now, because we have a ranger in the Abyss faction, and you think that other rangers that you can go for are also going to benefit from the same guild tech as Waldeck, it's not a bad idea to build a Nosuke and Waldeck as your first 2 E5s, because that's going to get Abyss Seal Land done, potentially. We've got to find out whether he can actually do it, but I'm pretty confident he will be able to. And then also a Nosuke is fantastic at doing Fortress Seal Land. So you could build a Nosuke as your first hero. Then you could build Waldeck. It opens up some nice avenues for people. Also, Eloise is a ranger too. So if you wanted to go all in on rangers and you were building up very quickly, now this is something important for spenders, because spenders, the fact that you are spending money is not going to increase the rate that you get guild coins, really. You potentially can kill guild bosses quicker, but your guild coin revenue isn't going to be phenomenally better than someone who isn't spending. So if you're building a bunch of E5s that are all different classes, that's going to be very difficult to maintain up with your guild tech. You're going to have some that are significantly stronger than others because they have guild tech. Whereas actually, you could build Waldeck, you could build a Noske, you can build a Russell, and you can build Eloise, and they're all rangers that can all do their own respective seal lands. Absolutely fantastic. Like, I love this as a game design perspective, and I think it's going to be a really optimal choice for people that are willing to spend, because Waldeck, Eloise, Russell, and Noske all benefit from the same guild tech, so it allows people that want to spend to make progress fast. And that's nice. So if you want to spend and you want the most optimal decision, I think if you're starting a brand new account, Rangers all the way. Now, obviously, there are other ways you can do this. Nakia is an assassin. She works well. We've got Ithaca, we've got Rogan. There are assassin routes that you can take that are similar. But now we have Ranger as an option, which I really do like. I think it's an excellent addition to the game, and I think Waldeck finally being the hero we've been waiting for the Abyss faction is great. Now, do I think this guy is going to enter into PvP teams? Well, it's all going to come down to his final passive, really. When he's dead, he's going to bleed all opponents and grant all allies Blood Frenzy. Now, that means he's going to synergize nicely with your Transcendence heroes because he's going to give them the Blood Frenzy buff, which means they're getting increases to attack and they're healing every time they get hit. And that's something really powerful for Transcendence heroes. So you could start seeing Waldecks on Transcendence teams because he's just going to give them that really strong buff. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Waldeck and Rogan on these teams so that you can maximize on the buffs that you're giving them, but do be warned, the more buffs you're giving your team, the more you're asking for Forcuses to come and swing in. So again, I could see an increase of Forcus happening in the PvP scene if we see Waldeck doing well. So overall, I'm really happy, and I'm hoping that Waldeck is going to give the Abyss faction the chances it needs to succeed as an early faction. They haven't really had a good first E5, so I'm hoping that Waldeck is going to be that hero, and I'm very excited that that is potentially going to be the case. In the future, I will try and get my hands on a Waldeck and potentially push myself forwards in the Abyss Seal land, but I'm going to probably have to wait until he's released in Prophet Orbs. However, if you want to catch that when he does finally come to Prophet Orbs on my main account, I will be building him to E5, and I will be attempting Seal land. So folks, that's why I've left my Abyss Seal land unfinished on my main account, because I was waiting for a hero just like this. So if you want to catch that, be sure to subscribe, and don't forget guys, we've got some content coming your way on twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. So if you want to catch the 100 Summons Challenge, if you want to keep up to date with the VIP series, and if you want to catch my Yu-Gi-Oh card opening as well, join me tonight, Friday, at 8 PM GMT is when we're going to start, and we're probably going to be streaming for at least 4 hours, so guys, you've got a lot of content to enjoy. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this event in the comments section down below. And oh, wait, guys, I've just remembered. I haven't checked out next week's event, and boy, is this exciting. Check it out. Imps Adventure, pretty normal, you know. Classic way we can get resources for our accounts. It's a classic way to get resources for your account, whether you're going to spend or not. But, oh boy, look at that shelter mission. Noske, Tix, Garuda, and Ignis. Heroes that I am definitely going to want to build on my VIP series. Noske is a great early fortress hero. Tix is phenomenal in Aspen Dungeon. Garuda is a fantastic early forest hero. And Ignis is one of the best, if not the best, support hero in the game, especially when it comes to the Void Vortex. So hot damn, look at those non-light and dark heroes. And then when we look at the light and dark heroes, no, just no. He's probably the worst imprintable hero in the game right now. He's pretty bad. But Tara, exciting. Fun thing about Tara is Tara can clear light seal land. So if you wanted an alternative to Russell, Tara could be it. Also, bearing in mind, Tara is a warrior. So if you need a powerful warrior to potentially do stuff like guild settlement, this could be your boy. And that's another thing about Waldeck, actually, is Waldeck is an Abyss hero that could potentially do quite well at the guild settlement. So we've got a lot of great stuff coming up this week. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think. And of course, guys, have a great week. Enjoy this event, and happy idling.